Now then, I'm sure there are plenty of people in cars right now either going to or coming from various swimming pools. I mean, is there a pool anywhere in the country that isn't dominated by having formal lessons on a Saturday morning? All the lanes roped off and everyone's seriously getting going. If a child is any good at swimming and wants to take it further, there are also plenty of amateur swimming clubs where you can get further coaching, even to competition level. Now, depending on where you are in Wiltshire, you could join the Marlborough Penguins, the Malmesbury Marlins, the Salisbury Stingrays, and many more in between. If you live in Swindon, then it's the Dolphins for you. The club's chief coach is Louise Clayton. She's in the studio with me now. Hello, Louise.
Morning, Mark.
Thank you very much for coming in. You're doing pretty well. The Dolphins in recent years, you're kind of on the up here, aren't you?
Absolutely, yeah, we've done extremely well.
So to give us some idea of your success, go on, blow your own trumpet.
We've competed at both county, regional and national level with huge success, and are continuing to build on that over the next couple of years.
It is, is this about more and more people wanting to do it, having better facilities? I mean, what do you think the success is down to? I know you're far too modest to say it's the chief coach, although we will acknowledge that is certainly a part of it.
Thank you. I think a lot of the legacy of the Olympics has had a lot to do with the upturn of swimming, certainly, over the last 6 months or so. And it's a great sport to be involved with.
So you have seen people, because the swimmers did less well at the Olympics than they possibly would have hoped, but they were coming from, let's face it, a very, very high standard. And nevertheless, there is still a great deal of British, a lot to be proud of in British swimming. I mean, it still then had that impact. You had people after the Olympics coming to you saying, I want to do more swimming. Yeah,
it certainly inspired the next generation, the back of the Olympics, even if the results from the British team weren't what they expected. I think just having role models that got up there, made finals and actually won medals was a great inspiration for certainly the members that we have, and obviously the ones that have joined us over the last 6 months as well.
So have you had to expand? I mean, have you got the the capacity to deal with this? Because I know a lot of sports clubs just after the Olympics were thinking, all right, form an orderly queue here, we've only got so much space.
Sure. We have had a waiting list. Certainly our Learn to Swim side has seen a massive upturn in members, and I think it will continue to do so just because of how successful it is.
So do you think that it will continue? The thing about legacies, obviously, is how long will they last? And do you think there's enough going on to keep those people who come to you in the first, say, year after the Olympics to get going into 2014 and 15 and beyond?
Yeah, I think as a club, that's something that we focus on a lot, is retention. So obviously we've had new members join, and for us it's making sure that pathway from the Learn to Swim at the age of 4 right the way through to Olympic success is there, and that's a massive part of the club.
Now, do you have a lot of volunteers, I guess?
Yes.
As well? Have you had the same rise in the number of people coming to help out as you've had who want to take up swimming?
I think that's always, for a club our size, we've got just over 400 members, it's always a challenge for us to get more volunteers. We've got a lot of young volunteers, so under the age of 25, that have been interested. Some of them are swimmers themselves. But yeah, we're always after more volunteers. That's what keeps the club going at the end of the day.
And I mean, if you have a child that wants to take swimming perhaps more seriously, or is learning to swim, I imagine quite a number of the volunteers arrive for the first time at the pool with their children.
Yeah, a lot of our volunteers are parents at the end of the day, so obviously they're there with their children, and then they see what goes on, and they kind of put themselves forward to do some either coaching or teaching or some admin work, which is all part of the running.
Exactly. You should point out, if you want to volunteer for your local swimming club, you don't have to be a swimming teacher. In fact, you don't even technically have to know how to swim. I mean, your skill could lie in accountancy, admin, publicity,
Absolutely.
all kinds of other things.
Yeah.
Galas.
Yes.
Organising the galas. It is still part of the whole thing, is it, the gala?
Yeah, it's a massive part of the competition side of the club is growing sort of like every year. We're actually in a gala this afternoon.
Yep.
It's the Arena League. It's the biggest club competition in the calendar. So, and we're looking for 3 promotions in 3 years.
3 in 3 years?
Yeah.
This is the AFC Wimbledon of swimming going on here. I think that's right, isn't it? So the gala today, who's your competition? Your hopes for today? Yeah,
we're off down to Millfield in a couple of hours. We're competing against 7 other teams. It's the final of Division 1. We started in Division 3 years ago and have had successful promotions year on year. We're looking to be promoted to the Premier League this year. So it's going to be pretty tough. I think there's probably about 4 teams that are going to be vying for that number 1 spot, but we're looking to come out on top.
So you have high expectations?
Yeah, we've swam 2 rounds already against a couple of the teams, and come out as overall winners by just over about 25 points. So
to forgive my ignorance, but is that a lot in swimming? 25 points.
You get 1 point for 8th place. You get 8 points for 1st place. So a disqualification on one event, or coming down maybe 6th or 7th could cost us quite a lot of points. Yeah,
so you could make up 25 points in 3 races or less, depending on how you, or minimum of 3, depending on whether somebody gets disqualified or not. So that's quite tight.
Yeah, it's a 50.
It's really exciting to watch.
50 event kind of competition, and it's right from the age of 9 all the way up to open age. So yeah, it's going to be a great atmosphere this afternoon, and we'll have a lot of support from parents and that as well. And the swimmers are really excited about it.
Oh, good for them. Very, very best of luck. I'm sure it'll go tremendously well, and good luck with looking for the promotion as well. I'll give you details of how you can get involved more with the Swindon Dolphins, whether you want to learn to swim or volunteer your time, or indeed do both at the same time. After the news at 10 o'clock, give you a chance to get a pen. I'll also put it up on the Facebook page as well. You must have a website.
Yes, we do. It's www.swindondolphin.co.uk.
swindondolphins.co.uk. You can't get much more simple than that.
No, you can't.
Quite right. Louise, Clayton, thank you very much indeed for coming in.
Thank you.